So I know each and every Monday we always have a rock star. We always have a stellar guest on there. Tonight we have the one and only Erica Jones is killing it as a realtor broker. She's also killing it in the mortgage world. So give it up, you guys, for Erica Jones from E Planet Mortgage. Woo! So
Hi
Erica,
guys.
yes, what's up? So hey, I got a quick question because I always ask all my guests, everybody always come on, and I always ask them this important question. So it's always cool to kind of see what their insight is or how do they like it. So you tell me, what does the word legacy mean to you?
Legacy means to me never having to apologize for what you didn't do, for the shots that you didn't take. That's what legacy means to me. Legacy means real estate. Legacy means wealth building. Legacy means getting up and doing every day what you need to do so that you never have to apologize for what you didn't do.
Man, that's great. That's great right there. So the legacy means all that to you is almost like, I mean, because I mean, I hear like a lot of times, it's great to have actually have you on the screen because you're always behind the screen. You're always talking to these clients and also like I think what you call it, what is it, house hacking or something like that. Explain it to us how you can actually allow for another person to kind of build legacy or generational wealth.
Well, it all starts with the mindset. You know, many folks that I interview, that I have consultation with, they just don't have the proper mindset. They're not sure where to even get started, or how to get started. And a lot of folks make the mistake of not reaching out to someone or being afraid or intimidated to actually reach out because they feel like they don't have their ducks in a row. They're always getting ready to get ready. So I always just suggest reach out for a consultation, find out where you are and what you need to do. Because what happens most often is that you find out, like, wow, I'm trying to make some changes that aren't even really necessary. I'm putting money over here while the home prices are going up, waiting to get clear. A lot of folks even think they have to be debt free. I've heard people say, well, I was waiting to pay all my credit cards off. That doesn't help. So just making an initial consultation to get started is really, really important. And to answer your question specifically regarding house hacking, it's basically like just purchasing, there's a few different ways to do it. So the first would be to purchase what you are already living in.
So who would that be? Who would that be towards? Like, tell me, like, give me like an idea. We're going to break it down. So if it's somebody for their first time wanting to get into the real estate world, we're going to kind of break down like a couple of scenarios so we can actually know that this person is in this box, that box, that box, so we can actually see one target market. So for this particular situation, who would this actually be geared towards?
They could be geared towards anybody that is living in any type of property. Like a lot of folks rent in an apartment, right? So they're thinking like, I shouldn't move until I can afford to buy a house. Well, that doesn't make sense, right? Because we only have three options really. One is to live under a bridge, and who's going to do that, right? Second is pay somebody else's mortgage. Nobody wants to do that. Or third is to pay into your own legacy. So even if you have to just purchase simply just a condo, right, to get started so that you're not paying someone else's mortgage, then you should do that. Find out what kind of down payment assistance programs are available in your city. We're here in Los Angeles where it's super competitive. So a lot of that is not that it's not available, it's just very competitive. But if maybe something that's off market, you may still have the opportunity to use down payment assistance and some of those other programs to get initially into the market, and stay there for about 12 months. If you don't even have that, maybe you can go in it with a roommate, and make that your first investment property. So there's always a way and an opportunity to become a homeowner, to have some kind of equity growing in your own name. So even if you have to start small, then you can. A lot of folks are also talking about, the FHA house hack, how you
So what
purchase.
is the FHA? What's the FHA house hack? You about to break it down to us?
Yeah.
Okay, go
So
ahead.
a lot of folks are mentioning the FHA house hack, which is basically where you purchase a 4-unit property and you live in one and rent out the other 3. So then that would mean someone else would be paying your mortgage, because you would likely debt service, meaning that the mortgage is covered by the rental income that you're receiving. So that's another way. If you have more of a down payment, or if you're in a place where it's not as competitive and you can get, a property with an FHA loan, 3.5%, and maybe get seller concession to cover the closing, then, it's a good opportunity to become a homeowner. And there you have multiple doors happening for the first time investor, and making it work.
Okay, okay. All right, that's a cool little tip and trick and things of that nature. So when you first got into real estate, was it something that just was easy for you to learn, or like, I mean, how, you know, because you might actually, you're teaching people about house hacking, but you might can actually, sign somebody up to be a realtor and just show them how they can get generational wealth through that as well. But for this technique, how long did it take you to kind of like realize or like learn that technique?
Almost immediately, becoming a homeowner at the age of 19. I did some very irresponsible things like a lot of other folks do. Had a lot of credit card debt starting off, and bought a lot of things that I shouldn't have. And one day I got a call, and the guy on the other end is like, "Hey, do you want to refinance your house and pay off all your debts?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Yeah, well, I can get you $75,000 by, like 2 weeks from now." And I'm like, "That's not even possible." But owning a home and being able to refinance actually kept me out of, a very uncomfortable situation with being able to pay off all my debts, car loans and such, to have the opportunity to move forward without, being financially devastated in any way, and still maintaining my good credit by using the leverage that I had in equity. Had I not had that property and I had still been renting, waiting for the opportunity to purchase a single family home, I probably wouldn't be here today.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay, so you would say that real estate is like, I mean, I guess is the key, or was a way that kind of helped you make your transition. You said from Baltimore to California.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Real estate is leverage for sure, for sure. So there's no way to outsave the market. A lot of folks are saying, "Okay, well, I'll get back to you when I save enough money." While you're saving, the home prices everywhere in the United States are continuing to go up. So if you're, I don't know how you could save $30,000-$40,000 in a year, but almost everywhere in the country, home prices are, escalating, and equity growth is happening at that rate. So, if you were able to save $40,000 a year, I'm pretty sure you would have done it by now. So, like I said, take the opportunity to partner with somebody if necessary, just to get into your first deal so that you can start gaining equity, and, come up with a game plan to how to move on to your next property from there. But you got to start somewhere, even if you
Yeah, you
start,
got to
like
start
I said, with
somewhere.
small.
Okay, yeah. So as far as like you said, gaining equity and all that good stuff. So I know a lot of people say that the mortgage rates have rose and things of that nature. So being as though I believe you're over that E-Planet Mortgage, how could you actually kind of like help a person out, or if they're saying, hey, I had like a lot of people saying, hey, Dana, since the rates kind of got sky high, they went up. I don't know if right now is the time to buy and all that good stuff. So is it a way that they can kind of go in with the mortgage and kind of refinance later or something like that? Would now be a good time to buy, or should they wait? Or, I mean, yeah, how can we actually help the people out in that realm?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's always a great time to buy, right? Again, to reference the same point, you can live under a bridge. You can pay somebody else's mortgage, which is renting. Rented is 100% interest. People are like, "I don't want to buy a house right now because the interest rates are 6 and 7%." So what you're saying is you'd rather pay 100% interest and continue to rent somebody else's house, or pay their mortgage. That's renting. So yeah, it's always a good time to buy. If you purchase a home, and one thing we know is that when rates are up, the market does slow down a little. You know, so it's an opportunity to maybe not have to overbid as much. If you are able to purchase when the rates are a little higher, yeah, it does deter some folks that don't have the right mindset. That's why I said it's all starting with proper mindset. Is the key here. So
So
uh,
mindset. Okay. So you say
yeah,
mindset. Yeah.
having a proper mindset and purchasing something that will build you equity, and then you're able to refinance at any time. Yeah, when the rates go down, you can refinance with equity, pull cash out to purchase another property, and then make your transition to your next. So that's how you start a real estate portfolio, by, having the proper mindset.
That's cool. That's cool. I mean, I love it. Okay, so what other little tips and tricks? Because yeah, what other tips and tricks you would say as far as like real estate on this beautiful Mogul Monday?
Investing. I mean, again, you have to start off with the proper mindset, and have a conversation. Make your goals plain. Write them down. And be intentional about every step. Sometimes it's not if you can buy a house, it's when you can buy a house. So there's no such thing. I've never met anybody that can't buy a house, right? It's just having the proper mindset, setting your goals in place, and then putting together a plan. You said plan your work and then work your plan. That's pretty much what it is. Plan your work and then work your plan. Write your goals down. Talk to a trusted advisor, someone that's been in real estate for a long time, like myself. A lot of folks that may be watching right now, I've helped them personally, their family. I'm the one that's, referred to the grandparents. So you have to talk to and consult with somebody that you trust for sure, that's going to lead you in the right direction. And give you some inside advice as to what's actually happening. I actually have the privilege of working in two distinctively different markets. Being from Maryland to California, it's completely different as far as the market. Yet it affords a great opportunity to see how things work, and you could be an investor in any market. So it's just getting started. That's the key. It all starts with
So let the people know. So let the people know how to reach you if they needed to reach you to get a mortgage or a home or something like that. Drop your handle so that way they can reach out to you and know how to find
Well,
you.
you can always reach out via Instagram. I'm Erica Jones. Erica Jones Real Estate. We have ePlanet Mortgage. You can reach out to Dana. He knows how to find me. That is Dana Jones, the mogul. And also, think he's gonna give some insight on the Legacy Builder Club, which is huge. That's a huge component of our offerings and our mentorship program, even more so than what I offer, and helping folks to get started as an investor if they already own a home.
Yeah, I mean that's a great segue. So over here at the Legacy Builder Club, as you can kind of see, so with the Legacy Builder Club, we actually teach you how to build generational wealth through real estate and entrepreneurship. So with that right there, the first thing we always say is pretty much is the mindset. So you have to kind of, some people they kind of get into, into real estate and say, hey man, I don't think I can make $1 million or $100,000, but it's all about changing your mindset to, to kind of set your goals kind of high. And then once we bring you to the real estate realm, we will actually show you how to build generational wealth through real estate. And if you want $1 million, it's not hard to do. It's just it's just a thought in your mind. So if you kind of think for a lifetime, hey man, I want to get $100,000 and then I'm rich and then this, that, and the third, is like it's going to take you a lifetime to get that $100,000. I tell a lot of people, if you say, hey, I want to get $1 million, it's going to take you a lifetime to get that $1 million. So I just say you just, you aim for the sky and you just set your goals pretty high. That way right here at the Legacy Builder Club, we're going to actually show you how to do that through real estate. So whether it's a fix and flip, whether it's a buy and hold property, we can also show you some ways to get a property with like subject to, but like no money down. So I mean, when we say real estate, that's like a vast market, and then within that vast market, we can actually pinpoint it and see what your specialty is, and just guide you and direct you in that way. So that's what we do at the Legacy Builder Club, the legacybuilderclub.com.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And just to that point about mindset again, then I would say, I always say, well, I think it was one of my morning commute comments. I said, why be the broker when you can own the bank? You know what I mean? Like people say the sky's the limit. Well, the limit does not exist. There is no limit. You know what I mean? You can actually become an institutional investor yourself only if you believe that you can. You know what I mean? Like Dana and I, we don't have like any limitations on the amount of success that is able to be gained through entrepreneurship. It's just which direction we want to go. And we really want to lend our experience to, the folks that we love, and we support,
It's a good
our
thing.
family
Yeah,
back home in Baltimore, our friends that are out there listening, the ones that I've personally been in contact with, the ones that I haven't yet met. We're just wanting everybody to do well. So, never be afraid to get started. Everybody starts from somewhere. We have to stop, criticizing each other, and judging each other. A lot of times folks won't reach out for fear that they'll be judged, but everybody starts from somewhere. So never be
yeah,
afraid
yeah,
to reach out.
yeah,
We're always here to support. We never forget where we came from, and we're going to keep going from here. You guys, should get ready, because we plan to be on many stages in many countries, and this evangelistic journey that we're on is
yeah.
really important. So we're helping others to build legacy and helping them with financial literacy, to explain really how to build generational wealth. Dana's working a lot in commercial real estate. So, I mean, we're talking about some huge things. Can't shed too much light on that yet, but
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and that's
that's
cool.
some
Yeah.
good insight. We're working on some big things, though, but expect to see us for sure.
And there it is. So you guys check us out. We're gonna have more for you. The legacybuilderclub.com, eplanetmortgage.com. Check us out, and then we just here for you so we can actually help walk you through A to Z in every situation, so we can show you how to build generational wealth for yourself and also for your community. So we are here to create other kings and queens. We talk to
That's
y'all
right.
later. Signing off.
Have a good one.
Have a good one. Later.